Look, Kate Martin was somebody that came into the WNBA and nobody, and I mean nobody, thought she was going to make the Las Vegas Aces roster.
In a league where every game is a battle for supremacy, controversies often arise when emotions run high. In a recent matchup between the Las Vegas Laces and the Indiana Mist, the focus shifted from the scoreboard to a heated altercation involving Dijonai Carrington and Kate Martin. The incident, which left fans and players buzzing, was a stark reminder of the fine line between competitive play and reckless aggression. During the game, Dijonai Carrington made headlines once again for her aggressive tactics.
Dijonai, how come every time there's a foul, a questionable foul, a flagrant foul, a smack across the face, a fingernail in the eye?
This time targeting Kate Martin, a rising star who has quickly earned a reputation for her skill and poise. The tension reached its peak when Carrington delivered a slap to Martin's face during a defensive play, leaving Martin visibly shaken and the crowd in shock. For many fans, the moment echoed Carrington's previous controversial actions, including her infamous clash with Caitlyn Clark last season. Dijonai Carrington has long been known for her physical style of play, but this reputation often blurs into accusations of dirty tactics. Last season, she was involved in a notorious incident with Caitlyn Clark, where a questionable eye poke left Clark with a visible black eye. The incident sparked widespread backlash, with fans labeling Carrington as a reckless player who pushes the boundaries of fair competition. Fast forward to this season, and Carrington's actions against Kate Martin have only reignited those criticisms. As Martin drove past Carrington during a crucial play, the defender's arm swung out in a way that seemed deliberate, causing Martin to crash to the floor. Replay footage confirmed the severity of the foul, showing what appeared to be a calculated move rather than a natural defensive effort. For Carrington, the incident seemed to be an act of frustration. Martin had been outplaying her throughout the game.
What really happened here, man, with Dijonai? Okay. Nice pass.
Showcasing sharp movement, precision shooting, and an unrelenting drive. Unable to contain Martin through skill alone, Carrington resorted to physicality, a decision that backfired both for her and her team. Despite the aggression, Kate Martin remained unfazed. Known for her resilience and sportsmanship, Martin refused to engage in the mind games Carrington was attempting to play. Instead, she channeled her energy into her performance, continuing to dominate on both ends of the court. Her ability to stay composed under pressure highlighted why she has quickly become one of the most promising talents in the league. This season, Martin has embraced a larger role with the Las Vegas Laces. Her basketball IQ, combined with her offensive versatility, has turned her into a player that opponents can't afford to overlook. Against Carrington, she demonstrated not only her skill but also her maturity, letting her game speak louder than any words or retaliation ever could. The clash between Carrington and Martin didn't just stir emotions on the court, it also ignited debates among fans and analysts. Many took to social media to voice their opinions, with some condemning Carrington's actions as reckless and unsportsmanlike.
Oh, man. So you're going to help her up right after you clobber her like that, right? You're going to help her up after you clobber her like, didn't even look at her.
Others praised Martin for rising above the drama and maintaining her focus. One fan remarked, "It's one thing to play hard, but targeting Caitlyn Clark's close ally just feels petty." Martin showed why she's a rising star, while Carrington only added to her reputation as a dirty player. For those who have followed Carrington's career, the pattern is becoming harder to ignore. From her eye poke incident with Caitlyn Clark to her latest clash with Martin, Carrington's tactics often seem designed to provoke rather than compete. The Las Vegas Laces ultimately emerged victorious in the game, delivering a hard-fought win that underscored the difference in approach between the two players. While Carrington leaned on aggression and questionable tactics, Martin relied on teamwork, discipline, and focus.
If she can't get to Caitlyn, she'll just settle for Kate.
The final moments of the game were particularly poetic. With the Laces in control and the clock winding down, Martin played a pivotal role in sealing the victory. Her sharp passing, clutch shooting, and ability to lead her team under pressure were on full display, solidifying her status as one of the league's most respected players. For Martin, the win was more than just a game, it was a statement. By rising above Carrington's aggression and letting her performance speak for itself, she showed that skill and composure will always prevail over tactics designed to disrupt and distract. As for Carrington, the loss might serve as a wake-up call. Her attempts to rattle Martin not only failed, but also seemed to disrupt her own team's flow. The Indiana Mist, despite having several standout players, struggled to find consistency throughout the game.
Reported that Kate Martin gets annoyed over Dijonai Carrington's physical defense doing unrivaled. WNBA standout Kate Martin didn't seem to appreciate the physical defense Dijonai Carrington.
But it wasn't the first time Carrington had made headlines for all the wrong reasons. Last season, her infamous eye poke against Caitlyn Clark left a visible black eye on the Iowa standout, sparking outrage from fans, players, and analysts alike. Many condemned Carrington's tactics, calling her a dirty player and questioning whether she was willing to do whatever it took to get an edge, regardless of the cost. That incident, dubbed Black Eye Gate by some fans, was a defining moment for Carrington. As she attempted to steal the ball from Clark, her hand swung down in a way that looked entirely intentional, landing directly in Clark's eye. Despite the controversy surrounding the move, Carrington's actions were never fully condemned by officials, leading many to believe that the play had been reckless at best, but malicious at worst. I think the play was reckless, but did she mean to hurt Caitlyn? No, was it a foul? Absolutely, said one analyst. But what really bothers me is the repeated pattern. It feels like Carrington is always just on the edge of crossing the line.
Played on her during unrivaled league. And I'm telling y'all right now, we already know how she coming, bruh. She's very handsy with her style of play, and she's not the only one. It's a lot of ladies in this league that play like
this. Wasn't just an isolated incident. The WNBA has been buzzing with talk about Carrington's increasingly aggressive style. And with her latest clash against Kate Martin, those concerns seem more valid than ever. Martin, who has been steadily making a name for herself in the league, found herself the target of Carrington's physical defense throughout the game. And as expected, Carrington seemed to take matters into her own hands, literally. During a particularly heated moment in the game, as Martin moved past Carrington, the defender swung her arm in a way that sent the Iowa player to the floor. The force of the hit left Martin reeling, but she quickly got back up and continued to play without missing a beat. Carrington tried to slap the ball out of her hands in what seemed like a deliberate mind game. Said a fan it wasn't about making a play, it was about trying to break Martin's rhythm. Indeed, replay footage confirmed what many had suspected. Carrington wasn't just trying to make a play, she was trying to rattle Martin. The defender's physicality seemed calculated.
Hurt her nose again. I don't know if it's broken or not, but I think Kate's just toughness, resiliency, and leadership is the biggest thing. And I mean, you see it, like, Kate's a pro player. Like, you see her game, she's hitting fadeaway jump shots, she's going at.
As if she was intentionally trying to disrupt Martin's flow, but it didn't work. Martin remained unfazed, her focus sharp as ever as she continued to play at a high level. In contrast, Carrington's frustration seemed to mount with every passing minute. As the game progressed, it became increasingly clear that Carrington was struggling to keep up with Martin. The Iowa standout was everywhere, making plays, hitting key shots, and showing off a level of composure and skill that left Carrington floundering. In one pivotal moment, after a hard hit from Carrington, Martin remained on the floor for a moment, collecting herself. But instead of letting the aggression break her, Martin used it to fuel her performance.
Twitter is currently crashing out over Black Eye Gate. I'm sure we've seen by now this play where Dijonai Carrington pokes Caitlyn Clark in the eye. And after seeing this angle, so many people are saying that it was intentional.
Rising above the drama to help her team secure a hard-fought victory. Look at how Carrington's trying to disrupt Martin, trying to make her play off balance, but all she's doing is letting Martin show her true abilities, one commentator observed. Carrington's actions during the game were a stark contrast to Martin's poise. While the veteran defender was trying to get under her opponent's skin, Martin's maturity and skill were on full display. She refused to engage in the mind games, letting her basketball IQ and abilities speak for themselves. It wasn't just a win on the scoreboard, it was a win in the court of public opinion. Fans and analysts alike praised Martin for her ability to remain composed despite the constant attempts to rattle her. As the game came to a close, the final moments were a testament to Martin's leadership. Her performance under pressure was crucial to her team's success, and it didn't go unnoticed. For Carrington, the loss was a harsh reminder that physicality and mind games can only take you so far. While she may have tried to play the villain, it was Martin who came out on top, proving that skill and composure are the real keys to success in the league.
To steal the ball, and when she comes down, her hand goes like this, straight into Caitlyn's eye. Do I think that this was a reckless play? Yes. Do I think that she did it with the intent to hurt Caitlyn Clark? No. Do I think it should have been called a foul?
As the dust settled, the impact of the game lingered. Carrington's reputation took another hit, and fans were left wondering how much longer her tactics would be tolerated. Meanwhile, Martin's star continued to rise. Her performance in that game, combined with her unwavering composure under pressure, solidified her place as one of the most promising players in the league. With each passing game, Kate Martin is proving that she doesn't need to stoop to Carrington's level to make her mark. Instead, she's letting her game do the talking, and it's working. Fans and analysts alike are taking notice, and it's clear that Martin is becoming a player to watch in the years to come.